Manchester City want Tino Livramento from Newcastle. Now we're going to talk about, I want to say talk about, I mean be speculative, fully speculative. What if we can't get Tino Livramento? Who do we go for? Now, we need an English player. We need a homegrown player. Sorry. Tino Livramento is perfect. His goals and assists aren't perfect, but he's sturdy, he's steady. The problem is Newcastle paid 45 million for him. So we ain't getting him out of Newcastle for less than 45 million. What are the options? We can give Jack Grealish in trade. We can trade Jack Grealish. Wages will be a problem. So we would have to pay some wages if we sent Jack Grealish over there. Tino Livramento is perfect for us when you look at the current transfers that we have been linked with. So we've been linked with Tierney Reinders, Cherky, Aitnori, and Morgan Gibbs-White. But the Morgan Gibbs-White is because of that homegrown quota, I think. So Tino Livramento, homegrown, a right back, and he's perfect for us. What are the options if we can't get Tino Livramento? Because 70 million, 80 million, it's a bit steep. And even then, we don't know if Newcastle will accept 70 million, 80 million. If he does come in for 70, 80 million, there's a lot of pressure on his back as well. Because he's a 70, 80 million pound player, the same as Jack Grealish, a 100 million pound player. There was a lot of pressure on Jack Grealish. Now, whether that factored into Jack Grealish's performances, I don't know. But it's definitely something that needs to be considered. Tino Livramento, if we can't get him, the options, fully speculative options, for me, now there's not a whole bunch. Right, Robinson from Fulham, he can play right back. Do we need him at right back? We just need a right back. Would I be happy with him at right back? Yes, I would. I'd be happy with Robinson at right back. But would it be miles better than Nunes? Or Cafunez, as people are calling him? I don't know. Nunes is he's an enigma. Nunes has been coming good, but is he an out-and-out right back? No. And because we have Aitnori coming in, or presumably we have Aitnori coming in at left back, we need a defensive fullback because Aitnori is very attacking. He's going to spend most of his time down the final third. More of a left winger, may I add. He can defend. I've seen him defend, but he's very attacking. So we need a sturdy option for right back. Now, Jared Branthwaite from Everton, I believe there could be a deal for John Stones to go to Everton because apparently they're interested anyway. John Stones goes to Everton. We take Jared Branthwaite, chip a bit of that money off, and that still costs us 60 million. I think that still costs us 60 million if you take the 10 mil off that they would give for John Stones. Now, the problem with that is Jared Branthwaite is left-footed. He's a left-footed centre-back. So are we going to be much better off with Jared Branthwaite there than we are with, say, an Akanji there, a Kusanov there? I don't know. I'm just giving options. So far, Robinson, Jared Branthwaite, they're not great. Archie Gray, possibly Archie Gray. Jed Spence, possibly Jed Spence. But this club must be cooking something. They must have a second option in mind. Because if we get Morgan Gibbs-White, that means that we will keep Nunes at right back. I'm happy with Nunes at right back. The only problem is, like I said, he's attacking. Aitnori is attacking. We need a defensive right back. Now, would we be better keeping John Stones? Maybe. But for how long? How long can he stay fit? John Stones could have been the best English centre-back of the last 10 years. Maybe even the best centre-back in the league. Injuries stop that. Now, John Stones, for me, he is a phenomenal player. Would I swap him for Branthwaite? Maybe I would. Maybe I would, because then we got another option at centre back. But if there's anything that we got a load of now, it's centre backs. Aki's back from injury. Akanji's back from injury. We got Husanov there. We got Vita Hayes there. We got plenty of centre backs that can play right back. But what we need now is a right back that can shift to centre back or a third back position to help out the defence on transition. Now, I think it's worth taking the risk on Branthwaite, especially since it'll up the quota. But don't forget, if we ship John Stones off that way, we still need another English player, homegrown player, to come in. So ideally, we need to ship off a non-homegrown player to squeeze a homegrown player in, because that is the one thing. And I don't think that City haven't thought about this. Of course they thought about this. They know what they're doing. Anybody that does these streams and videos on Manchester City is fully speculative until news comes out otherwise. So obviously City they know the current situation and they know what they need. I'm just thinking of options other than Tino Livramento. I think the club has to go all out to try and get Tino Livramento. There's other options. There's Kyle Walker-Peters, but he's 27. He is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Tino Livramento, I think, is 22, so we'd get a good 10 years out of him. Granted, he kicks on and he's worth the money we pay for him. Kyle Walker-Peters, I have been fond of him. Maybe, maybe he could do a job there, short term, but not long term. What this club has now is youth. We still need experienced players. So it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be an overnight switch. This club was secure for a long, long time. Taking all these players out and adding loads of new players. We did it 7 years ago. We could do it again. But how long is that transitional period? So what I'm trying to say is Tino Livramento is pretty pivotal. Is pretty pivotal to what this club is trying to do. Because I believe it's between two options: Tino Livramento and Morgan Gibbs-White. In City's eyes, I think it's between two options: Tino Livramento and Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't want Morgan Gibbs-White. We're shoehorning Morgan Gibbs-White in just to get that homegrown quota. Now Forest want 100 million apparently, but that could be dialed down to 80, I'm sure. But still, would you rather have Livramento for 80, or would you rather have Morgan Gibbs-White for 80? I know I'd rather have the position that we need, that right back position. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, get in the comments who should be signed at right back. If you think there's anybody out there better than Tino Livramento, get in the comments, let me know. If you think there's a suitable filler for right back, get in the comments and let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.